respect. Fostering a mutual understanding regarding the value you bring to the team is important when forming a bond with your manager. Showing your value through your work performance and positive attitude can also benefit the relationship between you and your manager. In addition, this can provide a foundation for approaching your manager with questions or solutions. This is very, very key. You discover that yes, you might have a manager who might not look friendly from outside, but within, he or she might be friendly. So it depends on how you relate with that person at work in terms of your deliverables. When you are being given job to do, you discharge it effectively on time. You become friendly to that person, because there's one thing I get to understand in this life. No matter how tough a manager is, you discover that there are people who he or she is very soft with.
Exactly.
Like very soft. Some will this one adjust, he uses me, he doesn't like me, he doesn't like it's not as if he doesn't like you. It's because of your probably your attitude towards work or in your deliverables. You don't deliver on your job schedule.
Listen, when you have a manager, think about it, about swap positions. If you were the manager, would you like you? Are you result oriented? Are you someone that can get the job done? Or do you always come up with problems, always come up with excuses, always you are the problem in that office, you are the issue? Every time there's a problem, you are the common denominator. You must be in the middle of the drama. No manager would want to work with you. You have to have the right attitude. If you exude positivity, trust me,
it's going to come back
it's
to you.
going to come back. Good measures pressed down, baby, shaking together and running over. Next, focus on solutions. Providing a solution to an obstacle could help mitigate challenges within the company. You can also help to show your manager your proactive approach and improve the trust between the both of you. So focusing on the solution to the obstacle can exhibit your leadership and problem solving capabilities. This can increase the likelihood that your manager or team contacts you first to help with challenges in the future. The moment they know this person fixes it, you are not the person that is always bringing up problems. Like, this is bad. How do we fix it? I don't know. But you are the one always pointing out there's a problem. Nobody likes that.
You just become the Olivia Pope. Fix it. When there is a problem, fix it.
Be the fixer. Look, as soon as a problem is coming up, in your head, start to work out solutions even before you are asked for it. And trust me, one thing you need to learn is your attitude towards preferring those solutions. Because if you prefer solutions, even if they are correct solutions, and you use the wrong attitude, ain't nobody want to work with you or talk to you about it, because
it's not as if some would tell that I'm not good at providing solutions. I'm not good at it.
It's a skill.
It's just a skill that you can learn like every other person. Yes, some people might have a natural instinct to some of these things, basically, but they also tend to work on it. They work on those skills, and you can also learn and also have your own skills. So there's this thing I happened to pass through back then in school. There's a professor Sas Arua. He's a known professor in Nigeria of entrepreneurship studies and public sector accounting. This man, if he is gonna have an interaction with you, he was the dean then, so he used to have interaction with the departmental association president and their secretaries. So whenever we come for a meeting like that, he will tell you that if at this level, as undergraduate level, you are here to discuss issue concerning the faculty, you just identifying a particular problem without providing a solution.
Absolutely.
He said that is the best time for you to learn. By the time you graduate, you will now be a problem solver, not a problem identifier.
Exactly, and that's one of the problems a lot of us have. It's very easy to criticize, point finger, that is bad, oh, you didn't do that right. No, but if you're giving, that's what they call constructive criticism. You come through the angle of, this was not done correctly, this is how it can be done correctly. But I'm also open to knowing how this solution that I brought for this to work, I'm open to see how we can modify it and make it even better. A lot of people, when you come up with solutions, you want them to be taken. If they are not taken, the person is not wise, and you take offense and you are causing drama everywhere. That is why your manager will be avoiding you. One other thing you need to learn how to do, communication method can make it easier to reach them and get quicker responses. Okay, so do they like online messaging? phone conversations, personal meetings, group meetings, email correspondence, and about what? And in what order? Some managers will say, no, come meet me, talk to me about it first before you email me, because maybe you email them and then there's a chain of CC'd of people that are, copied on it, and then you are just exposing their inadequacies. Of course, nobody would want that. So you have to learn and understand their preferred communication preferences and respect them and use it.
And you also should consider the leadership chain. Ensure you communicate with your team lead or supervisor first before approaching someone higher in the leadership chain. Your lead or supervisor may be able to help you with most questions and concerns. For more complex challenges, your supervisor can contact the manager and explain the challenge or question, maintaining a formal communication chain. Don't go
Very
say
important.
because I know the Oga, I know the
You skip
the
another
GM,
person.
you skip the line manager and get to the boss directly. It doesn't speak well of you. You're going to ruin your communication with the manager.
Absolutely. You have to make sure. See, this is very important. This is very, very important. Don't skip. You might even be doing it innocently. Stop it. Stop it. You're undermining your direct boss and it could cause a lot of problems for you. So no, don't do that. Okay. Now use positive non-verbal cues. Let's break it down for you. Including, that's like your body language, right? Positive non-verbal communication, including your body language, can help influence the decision with your manager. If you can show your willingness to listen and accept advice or critique, that helps. Like, if you just show the willingness, they're talking to you, you are nodding, you are paying attention, you are probably even taking notes. Beautiful. One of the first tips that one of my business mentors long time ago taught me, he said, whenever your manager calls you to their office, go with a pen and a paper. Go with a notepad and jot things down. They will take you more seriously. They believe that you are more serious. You're very serious about what they're taking you. Learn to accept critique. I think it's natural for people to not want to be criticized.
Yeah, it is.
It's natural for you to feel like, oh, you're undermining me. But you need to think about it. Is this person actually undermining you, or are they actually giving you something like tips that could make you a better person at what you're doing? Always have at the back of your mind that regardless of their intention, if anybody is correcting you or chastising you or criticizing you, you have the opportunity to be a better person from that conversation. I read something in a book I was reading, the 5 a.m. Club. I read something in there. I think I read that on Saturday. It said that I can't remember what I was going to say now. I did read something about that, and it would have been very important to what I was saying. When I remember, I'll tell you guys. But then it's very important for you to be open to being criticized. Yes, it said about your despite. It said anybody or anything that is always making it a little bit more difficult for you. You get, some people have difficult managers and they have difficult bosses. In fact, I read a paper that said that I think 65% of resignations are because of the manager. 65%. So if you have somebody like that is giving you that much headache and stress, look, that person should become your despite. I made it even though this person was there, I still made body languages. You can maintain eye contact when they're talking to you. Lean in while you're listening. It just shows that you are really paying attention. Don't do it awkwardly, please. Please don't do it awkwardly. Have an open statue or stance. So maybe don't cross your legs toward the person. Cross your legs away from the person. Don't fold your hands. Yes, these things are very important. Nod in agreement. Keep your hands away from your face.
Performing different duties can also help you connect with other departments, which is a good way to increase communication with different team members and supervisors. Some ways to take on more responsibility are probably you request additional duties, and this can show your willingness to help and accept additional tasks, and can increase the likelihood of your manager depending on you and assigning more tasks in the future. Also, assisting your team members is very essential. Becoming your team's expert, increase your knowledge surrounding your company or industry can show your eagerness to learn and accept additional expectations in your current company's need, shows your initiative and leadership capabilities, and can help prevent future obstacles.
Absolutely. Now, this last point we're going to give you before we round off. Okay, no, not the last point. This next point we're going to give to you is very important. If you read the 48 laws of power, you'd know this one. Boost your leader's image. It's not just about hyping them like, hey, their oga fit. No. That could work depending on the relationship you actually do have with them. You could go ahead and do that. But whatever you're going to do as an individual or even as your team, make sure that you project a positive and helpful image that can help boost your leader's image. As a part of a team, maintaining a positive and collaborative outlook can also show others that the effectiveness of your team manager is up there. Do you get? So when you get the job done, your leader looks good. When you get it done even better, he looks better or she looks better. Okay? Now, an additional way to help boost your reputation and manager's image include asking for feedback, advice, or methods to help improve your work performance. Don't ever be wary to move up to your manager and ask, I don't know, is there anything I can do different? Is there any way I can get better? Is there any way is there something we can do to make this project actually hit? Be invested in your work. I think one of the problems we have in this country, and one of the reasons why most agencies, especially the government ones, don't grow is because we are not invested in the work that we do. We are just waiting for the end of the month to collect salary.
We don't research.
No, we don't.
We don't research.
We don't.
We just go do the normal paperwork, move files around, do this, do that, and procurement, voucher. Bam.
I've gone home. So you sit down there for 30 years doing the same thing.
The next thing, you maintain accountability. Ensuring you perform your expected duties can also improve your accountability within the organization. Accepting your mistakes or challenges can improve the mutual trust between you and your manager. Also, maintaining accountability for your responsibilities can increase the likelihood of your manager approaching you with unique projects and duties first.
Absolutely right. Now, thinking about your questions before approaching your manager can help keep the conversation direct and related to your request. Be intentional. It can help you identify additional questions you may have. If you need to, write them down so you can remember them and leave space to take notes based on your manager's answer. Like I said, I've been giving this advice before. When you're going in to have a conversation with your manager, go in with a notepad and a pen. That way you can write things down and take things away.
And finally, you have to remain emotionally aware. Ensuring that you're calm before speaking with your manager can help you convey your message effectively. Implementing stress relief methods such as deep breaths can help you collect your thoughts before speaking with your manager. Also, remaining cognizant of your emotions can help prevent others' emotions from affecting you. Very, very key.
Like, listen, whatever happens at your job is not about you.
You know, at times there's this situation that you find yourself in, just like in exams. When you read like 100%. When you get to the exam hall, you get to recall maybe 50% or 60%, and it's okay. So also, if you have a man there, you get kind of, is it tense, or I don't know, the atmosphere will just make you,
and then the conversation will be awkward.
You forget most of the point until you leave the office. Then you now start recall, I should have said this,
and they are busy,
you can't keep going back. So you have to
put your things together. Look, put your emotions in one place, especially at the workplace. Emotions can fly, especially when you are very dedicated to your work. It's very, very key to know this. Put your emotions in check, okay? Just breathe. Calm down before you go to your manager. Don't go with the hurt. Don't go being all emotional. It's a mistake I know I've made in my career, when I would be crying and I'm upset to the point I'm shedding tears and I'm losing it. And no, the moment you're like that, nobody's taking you seriously. You're being emotional. You have to be able to learn how to collect your emotions. Keep them in one place. When you go home, go and shout. When you're at work, behave professionally, okay? Remain emotionally aware. And this